DJ Treylow podcast, man. 2019, about to be the 4th of July tomorrow. So everybody gonna be out there barbecuing, doing fireworks. It's July 3rd right now, 2019. Wednesday. That's the day of the week. It's funny how like every year you can say the date, but the day of the week will change on you. Like one year it'd be like Thursday, July 3rd. Then the next year it'd be like Friday, July 3rd. We got that leap year shit going on. It's kind of crazy, man. Anyways, man, last month on June 8th, I think I was on vacation on the 13th. I wasn't even aware of this shit, man. One of the hip hop legends died that I kind of grew up on. So when I really started listening to rap music when I was like 12, 13, 14 years old, I was listening to Ghetto Boys and Too Short. A little bit of Ice Cube thrown in there. I didn't even get into NWA till a little bit later for some reason. I think my first Ice Cube tape I bought was Kill It Will. Anyways, man, R.I.P. to Bushwick Bill. Sorry I didn't know about this earlier. But he passed away, I think it was June 9th or June 8th. No, June 8th, 2019. And for everybody who's tuning into the podcast that don't know about Ghetto Boys or Bushwick Bill, because, you know, they're like millennials, don't know about that early rap history. Here's a little clip on him. His name was Richard Stephen Shaw. Born December 8, 1966. He was a Jamaican American rapper and record producer, better known by the stage name Bushwick Bill. He was the best known as a member of the pioneering Texas hip hop group called Ghetto Boys. A group he had originally joined as a dancer in 1986 as Little Billy. So he started off with Ghetto Boys as a dancer. That's why like a lot of his shows, man, when he used to come running out, like from the back, he would be jumping around, hyping up the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't really a rapper. He was more of a dancer when he first started. Okay, he came from Kingston, Jamaica. His father was a merchant marine and his mother was a maid. He, of course he had dwarfism. He was a dwarf. You know what I'm saying? He's only 3 feet, 8 inches tall. And, when he started with the Ghetto Boys, some of his first, single songs, it's like hardcore genre. So he talked, he had that Chucky song where he pretended like, he had clips from the Chucky movie in it. And he talk about, killing people, murdering girls and all this and that. So he was like in the horrorcore. But, it's funny thing is, man, people can sit up there and watch these horror movies. And when it comes to like that, it's no big deal. They know it's all fictional. But when you put hardcore lyrics to music, it affects people differently. I don't know why, because it's like, okay, this is just a joke. I'm just talking shit. But people take that more serious, I guess, because music has a kind of, I guess, a certain way of touching somebody's, spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, when you put like these killer lyrics and stuff like that in music, and I did it myself when I was rapping when I was younger, people kind of tend to, it tends to offend them more, That's why, like, I think one of the arguments in one of the Ghetto Boys tapes was like, hey, you can watch all these R-rated, Rambo movies and these white people with Schwarzenegger killing people and doing all this crazy stuff. But, if we rap about it, it's a problem. And they just didn't really understand that when you rap about it, it's music. And music touches people different than watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? People can always look at the movie and see it's all fictionalized. People that listen to music, it's kind of like the lyrics get deeper into their, whatever, their head or whatever. Well, Bushwick Bill tried to kill himself June 19, 1991. Ain't that crazy? Because that's Juneteenth. And he died on June 9th, 2019. So that's really weird because on June 19th and June 9th, both of them end in nines and both of them have 19 in them. June 9th, 2019, this year, and June 19. So I mean, obviously, like his whole thing was linked to the number 19 because it was June 19, 1991, when he shot himself in the eye during an argument with his girlfriend, losing his right eye in the process while under the influence of Everclear grain alcohol and PCP. Now, if you listen to that song called Ever So Clear, he actually like tells the whole story, and that's like one of his best songs he did. You know what I'm saying? After that, he changed his whole life. He still did. Oh yeah. If you look at the, let me go back to this. If you look at the We Can't Be Stopped album by Ghetto Boys, 1991 album that came out that year, he's actually in the hospital on a gurney, and that's an actual real photo with Scarface and Willie D next to him. So that was right after he shot himself in the eye, and they took a picture. Like, talk about like inappropriate social media time. You know what I'm saying? Like people, screenshotting funerals and shit and people in casket. Nobody want to see that shit. And then like they were like, yeah, man, you just shot yourself in the eye. That'd be pretty cool to do an album cover. And to be honest, it is kind of cool because it kind of looks authentic and it looks like he's hardcore, like they're really gangster rap. So I understand the concept of this is going to market and sell good, but still, the dude was almost dead. You know what I'm saying? He shot himself in the eye. But that's really crazy about the whole 19 numbers, man. I never even paid attention to it, and I never paid attention to the nines, and also the June, the whole concept that, he almost killed himself June 19th, 1991, and then he died on June 9th, 2019. So like 10 days away from each other. He was 52 years old, and he died from pancreatic, I can't even say the word. Pancreatic cancer, if I got that right. And he was in Colorado. And Bushwick Bill, like toward the end of his career, like when he stopped rapping and he got into like he said he was a born again Christian, and he kind of like, started doing the gospel rap and stuff like that. But he was still, still around. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people here in Austin, Texas. He used to always come to Austin, Texas. I know a lot of people that, got pictures with him. He'd be downtown, in a bar or something. People would chop it up with Bill and get pictures with him. And he was always real musical. He was always like listening to something in his headphones or bobbing his head and stuff like that when he was in the interviews. So Bushwick Bill passed away. He, of course, if you look at Ghetto Boys in a whole, he wasn't just the fave of the whole clique, because you got Willie D and you got Bushwick Bill. Originally, they weren't that's like the second version of Ghetto Boys. If you actually do your rap history, they had a first version that was kind of like Reddy Red and this other guy. And they were kind of like trying to imitate that whole Run DMC kind of like rap. If you really listen to it, it wasn't like the Ghetto Boys today. It's kind of like they kind of rap back in the late 80s and early 90s, where one rapper would spit, a line, then the other one would pick up after him. That was just the style back then, So you'd be like, I'm going to the store to get some hoes, and we're going to get to motherfucking blow, or something like that. I'm just saying, like they would rap again, line after line against each other. And that's how the original Ghetto Boys was. They were trying to imitate the Run DMC because they know that was what was selling. And then, NWA, even like the early NWA was like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they were trying to imitate New York with the whole back and forth kind of style rapping. And then NWA kind of branched out, did this like, more gangster, single person rapping, they would have different people rap on a song, but it wouldn't be line by line. Like somebody would get the first set of rhymes, somebody get the second set of rhymes, stuff like that. So that's how, the whole hip hop rap evolved. That's a little lesson for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all actually paid attention to like the early rap to 80s to late 90s. My favorite Ghetto Boy album. Oh man, I would have to say, but well, back to what I was saying. Bushwick Bill wasn't the favorite of the band. Willie D wasn't the favorite band of the group. Favorite of the group or Willie D. Everybody knows Scarface was the best out of the group. And Scarface went solo, started doing his own thing, and of course everybody's gonna buy his CDs because everybody loves Scarface. The first Scarface, Mr. Scarface is Back, is probably like classic, one of my first rap CDs that I ever bought. And it's very good. I mean, I love that. I used to listen to that so many times, when I was younger. I think it's my favorite Ghetto Boy CD's got to be We Can't Be Stopped. I like Till Death Do Us Part, but that was when Big Mike came. Willie D left the group, and Big Mike came over. So it's Big Mike, Scarface, and Bushwick Bill. So they had their little conflicts. Like, sometimes some rappers will leave and then go do their own thing, then come back and stuff like that. Even Bushwick Bill, I think, left for a while and then came back. So, everybody knows about Mind Playing Tricks on Me. That was on the album We Can't Be Stopped. Crooked Officer, Do It Like a Geo, 6 Feet Deep. Oh, I'm sorry. Do It Like a Geo, Mind Playing Tricks on Me, Ain't With Being Broke, or all of We Can't Be Stopped. I'll tell you my favorite song on We Can't Be Stopped. That was with Chucky on it, with the song that Bushwick Bill did. I liked another, I'm not going to say that word, In the Morgue by Scarface. That was probably my favorite song on that whole album. I didn't care for Willie D too much. Homie, don't play that. He was yelling too much, man. That was just kind of annoying. I never got into Willie D whole rap. I know my homeboy had bought the Willie D Controversy album, but I'm just like, man, this dude just yells too much. I just didn't like his style. And so my two favorite songs on We Can't Be Stopped were another In the Morgue and The Other Level. And that's a good ass. That's classic Bushwick. If you ever so clear, and the Other Level, those two songs are really classic Bushwick. You know what I'm saying? Now he did his own solo little album called Little Big Man. I used to jam that a lot. That was pretty cool. Let me see what it came out in 1992. That was when they were all doing their little solo albums. Like Scarface was doing his own solo album. Willie D was doing his own solo album. And he had a remix to that Chucky song called Chuck Wick. You know what I'm saying? And also Little Big Man had the song Ever So Clear. So if you want to go and, go way back and relive some history, because you don't know who Bushwick Bill is, go on YouTube, look up Ever So Clear, listen to that song, and listen to The Other Level, if they got it up on YouTube. Those two songs right there were probably, I think the best songs he ever did. You know what I'm saying? So R.I.P. Bushwick Bill. That's done. That's it for hip hop news. I can't believe I didn't see that in June, but I ain't really been paying. I've been talking about all kinds of other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And he died at 52 years old. I'm 42. So damn, that makes me think, make sure you go to the doctor, get checked out. Because, you can be saying, well, I don't want to go to the doctor and this and that. And, then you already gone to stage 4 cancer and they ain't checked your blood in a couple years to see if, you got cancer cells in your blood. And by that time, you're too late. So when you get my age, when you get 35 and up, take your little yearly physical. It's not hard. People don't want to do that shit. They only go to the doctor when they feel sick. By then, it's too late. Go take your little yearly physical, let them run some tests on your blood, make sure everything's good, you're healthy, you know what I'm saying? But don't wait around and bullshit, because you never know what's, going on with your body, and it might be too late. Cancer's the type of thing where if it sneak up on you shit and you hit stage 4, you pretty much screwed. You catch it early in stage 1, something like that, you can go ahead and get, it took it out or chemo, whatever, get fixed and be all right. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but that's sad, man. Bushwick Bill, man. He wasn't really, doing no rap though. He wasn't really active in the last 10 years. He was just chilling, having a good time, enjoying himself. What else is going on? Oh man, I was going to talk about some shit, man. What's going on with this whole millennial generation? Two things. Nobody nowadays wants to admit they're in a relationship. They always want to say they're single. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to post shit on Instagram or Facebook, and they be fronting. A lot of girls be fronting. They got a main dude that they fuck with, but they still want the likes and everything. You can't get the likes if you put on Instagram and Facebook. I'm in a relationship and you showing yourself hugged up with your dude. You ain't gonna get no attention from other dudes. You're gonna be like, fuck this. I don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna look at it. So we live in an era now where everybody says they single and they not. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You can sit up there and lie to yourself, just like, live in your little fantasy world and say I'm single. But if you doing relationship things, you're not single. You're a boyfriend or girlfriend without you even admitting to the title. Like, you can sit up there and deny the title and say, man, I go out and do my thing, talk to whoever I want to. But if you're doing boyfriend, girlfriend things, you are a boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like somebody who's like, having a midlife crisis saying they ain't getting old. And, yeah, I'm still young and they're like my age or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You can start to feel that shit. You get tired easy. You get tired early. You start forgetting shit. So you can sit up there and nod all you want, but the facts are there. You know what I'm saying? You can live your fantasy world if you want, but the facts are there. The same thing with this boyfriend and girlfriend thing. It's really pathetic, man. Nowadays, how people want attention so bad that they're just going to deny their relationship. Let me give you some key facts that if you are a boyfriend, girlfriend, from the dude perspective, I don't know about the girls, from a dude perspective, if you spend the night over at a chick's house at least 2 or 3 days a week, you got some of your shit over at her house, toothbrush, clothes, whatever, you're a fucking boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? If you start doing family activities with a chick, bonding with their kids, taking them out to eat, especially meeting her family, you are a boyfriend, a serious boyfriend at that, if you meeting her family. So you can sit up there and walk around and say, I'm in denial. Okay, you a boyfriend. Now, if you don't want to be a boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Don't do those things. Don't put it in that female's head that you more than what you want. If you're just saying this is just a sex thing, I'm just coming over here having a good time, go over there, have sex, leave. Don't even communicate that much. Don't even talk to her about her problems, what's going on with her life. Just walk up in the door and be like, what's up, baby? Let's get down. That's what I'm here for. That's what I told you I do, and that's all you are to me. If she says, nah, you can't talk to me like that, that ain't right, blah, 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 they might get offended by that, but shit, you being real. You know what I'm saying? You just telling them, hey, I just want to fuck. This is what we signed up for. I'm not doing nothing more. And even then, a chick might get her feelings involved, because anytime you have sex with somebody might get their feelings involved, and she might like you more than that. But at least she's not getting the impression that you're a boyfriend. See what I'm saying? Like, I tell my boy all the time, man, he was complaining about this one chick. He was breaking all the rules, going over there, staying over there all the time, spending the night. That's the number one rule he's breaking. Doing family activities. And then he got pissed off because, she got mad at him because he was trying to see another chick or something like that. He's like, I ain't in no relationship with her. Get the fuck out of here. You in a relationship. Whether you can be in denial all you want. You know what I'm saying? You in a relationship. If you've been with a chick for, 10 years or something like that, long period of time, and the passion, the energy done fell off, and you're not really interested into to no more, and y'all might kick it every now and then, but you ain't like feeling it like that no more, and you denying her. You like, man, that ain't my girl. I might spend a little time with her, but that ain't my girl. That's your girl. Because anytime you get past 5-10 years, you know what I'm saying, anytime you just say, well, I just want some sex, we're not together no more. Anytime you revamp that shit, that's your girlfriend again. See what I'm saying? The only way you can get out of that shit, period, is to leave that shit all the way the fuck alone. Don't fuck with that girl no matter what. Don't call her, don't talk to her. If you see her in the street, say, hey, how you doing? That's it. That's the only way. Because every time you fuck that girl, you're revamping all them old shit. And she's back to girlfriend entitlement. She can do stuff like girlfriends. Like I couldn't get that shit myself. I'm gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, man. This chick that I was with for like 10 years, and we broke up. She wouldn't do her thing. I did my thing, but I seen her again. I was like, hey man, I want to hit the pussy because it's some good shit. So I'm saying, so we hook up. I mess around, and then she started going in my kitchen, eating up all my shit, going through my fridge and shit. And I'm like, wait. All that shit's over with, man. You know what I'm saying? You did all that shit when we was in a relationship years ago, but you can't do that shit now. We ain't been talking for, years. All of a sudden you just come back in here and just think you can go in my fridge and eat up my shit and stuff like that. It don't fly like that. But it do fly like that. See, I was the one in denial. I couldn't understand that somebody told me. So I had a good friend tell me, she's, just because you screwed her again, now, in her mind, everything's gone back to girlfriend entitlement. So that's what's wrong with going backwards. You're going to set that girl up in the brain to where she goes back to girlfriend entitlement. I feel comfortable. I can do this. I can do that. I used to do all this at David's house. And people don't change, man. When you try to make people change, I had a homeboy that sit up there and felt he was so comfortable, he just go take shit in my house. He just go take my liquor. Wouldn't even ask, and I let it go for years. I wouldn't say nothing to him. He wouldn't even be polite and just go take it. I'd be like, fuck it, you could have some. I'd be drunk too. But then, after years went by, he got him a little job, and he had bought one bottle over to drink with me, and I drank him out all them years. And now I'm like, dude, I'm offended by that. Like if you come on my house and just grab shit without asking, that's offensive. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But see, all them years have gone by and I let him do that shit. So I can't change that shit. I can sit up there and tell them all I want. It's in one ear, out the other. It's the same concept with a girlfriend that you've been with for a long time. And, you hook back up and you expect her to be, oh yeah, this is like new relationship. Like I got to sit on the couch in the living room. I can't go in your room, or I can't go get something to eat, or I can't do this. No, they're going to go right back into that same pattern they was when they knew you 10 years ago. Anyways, man. Clearing up the end of the episode. It's almost 30 minutes in. I didn't preview one of my beats. If you do go on my YouTube D Myers 45, I have some vacation videos from San Francisco, and I have about 4 of my beats playing in the background while I'm showing pictures and shit like that, And also, like I said, man, I got to do this every episode. Go on Amazon.com, punch in David Patrick Myers, and you'll get 2 of my books. The Rectangulars is one. The other one's Pavilion Vortex. Just buy one. They're only $5. Come on, man. Show some support. Even if you don't read it. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm still DJing a little bit. I listened to a couple of I only did 2 DJ CDs this year. 2019 Kickoff. That's on my YouTube. D Myers 45. And another one called Grindstone. I don't think that's on my YouTube. So I don't need to get back into DJing. I miss it, mixing up songs together, BPMs, that's called beat per minute, you know what I'm saying? Mixing up my beats per minute, And I got a little new little controller, new little Pioneer DJ controller, It's a little fancy controller, but I could have just used my old one, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, DJing, beat producing, and I did a little bit of writing. I got to get back into this. Actually, yesterday I did just a little bit of writing, maybe a paragraph. But it's like working out your muscles. You slowly got to get back into it where you can write like 2 or 3 hours a day, finish up books. Another thing I want to talk about is this thing where you have too many choices. Nowadays, people got too many choices. And so, as human beings, I notice like, since you have so many choices, sometimes, we got to a point where we don't even want to look through all the choices. We got too many of them. So usually it's the first choice that pops up. That's what we fool with. I seen the concept where somebody said on this podcast that Americans just tend to watch one channel on TV. Whatever they turn the channel on, they turn the TV on, they only watch one channel. So it's hard for them to watch, flip to other channels. And see, the thing was, I started, I heard that argument, and I said, well, let me see if that's, why is that? That's kind of, bothered me. Why is it that, you only watch one channel or two channels? You got all these channels on cable, and you only watch one or two channels. Well, when I was growing up, there was this thing called analog TV, and the TV, you weren't able to get the name of the program or anything like that, or the description or what you were watching, but you could flip the channels real quick. And you hit the channel up and down button, it's like no problems. You flip through the channels real quick. So I think it has to do with the speed of flipping through the channels that gets people to watch more TV. And then also the idea that you'd have to watch a new channel for a while to figure out what the hell's on it. It could be in the middle of a commercial and you didn't even know, because there was no guide back then. There was a TV guide that was a magazine that you have to look and read to figure out what was on the channels. But like when you're flipping through the channels, there's no guide. Now digital is all good because it gives you the guide. But see, digital, it takes so long to fucking change a channel. Like, I don't give a damn if you got the top of the line digital receiver. Like, every time you change the channel, it's got to load everything. It's got to load the guide. It's got to load the information for whatever's shown on that channel. People don't want to wait around for that shit. That's why people stay on one channel. People don't want to wait around and sit up there. Oh man, I got to wait a minute. And then sometimes it'll freeze up on you. Like, you're looking through their guide. Like, I do that. I look through their guide to see, okay, let me see what's all on these channels, because I don't want to flip through the channels, because that's going to take forever, because the channel's going to be like flip, flip, flip. I'm like, man, I don't want to do that shit. So I'll turn the guide on, see what's on all the channels, and I'm scrolling through the guide, and all of a sudden the guide will freeze up on me. It's bullshit, man. So you can say digital is all that and all this and that, but that's the one thing I miss about analog TVs is you could just you could go crazy flipping. Like, I used to flip so fast, my sister's like, "What the hell?" I'd just be like, "Pop, pop, pop, pop." You know what I'm saying? Through all the channels, and it was cool. It was actually kind of fun to flip like that. So that's for the older generation. So people tend to stick to one thing, one channel. It's the same thing with your phone, man. And I notice, like, you might have a whole bunch of music on your phone, but whatever you plug your phone in and whatever song plays first, people are going to listen to that. Then they're going to, like, you might have something way down deep in your phone, like an album you put on there, like, 2 years ago or something, and you done forgot about it. It's way down in your files. And one day you scrolling through your music and be like, oh shit, I forgot about this one. And you actually listen to it. But most of the time when you go plug your phone in the car, the first song that's going to pop up, it usually has it goes alphabetical order. It's going to pop up and it's going to play. And people just listen to it because they don't want to sit up there and scroll through shit. Like I said, you got too many choices nowadays and people don't got time for that shit. They just want to do one thing at a one time. So it's got to the point where, yeah, you got tons of choices, but people are just going to choose one thing and rock with one album, rock with one TV channel. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is. DJ Treylow signing out. Like I said, get my books on Amazon.com, The Pavilion Vortex, Years to Revenge. I forgot that one. That's a screenplay. Mr. David Patrick Myers. All you got to do is put Mr. M.R. period David Patrick Myers in Amazon search engine. That's all you gotta do, right there in the search bar. and all my books will pop up. If they don't all pop up, click on one and it'll say, books like these. And then it'll show a list of the other books. Like the Rectangulars is one. It's got a blue cover. And the Pavilion Vortex got a red cover. It's a short story. And I'm working on some more for y'all if y'all are fans out there. All right, man. July 3rd, 2019. DJ Treylow signing off, man. R.I.P. Bushwick Bill, man. It's a legend. Texas legend. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's getting enough credit right now. Like, people are not talking about him, as a rapper that died. I didn't even know. And Nipsey died. Everybody, Nipsey Hussle. I never even listened to none of Nipsey Hussle music, man. I'm going to be honest, man. I ain't heard one song by Nipsey Hussle. And I'm not knocking him. I just wasn't into that shit, man. I never listened to none of his music. Ever. So I don't even know who the dude was. But Bushwick Bill died, and I don't hear nothing. I'm like, damn, he's like a fucking pioneer to gangster rap in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear nobody. I don't hear nothing on it from somebody. Hey, Bushwick Bill died. I'm like, damn, where the hell? I had to find out for myself. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's how it goes, man. It wasn't, the popular, I guess he was, probably because Nipsey Hussle was more current. He's like, his older stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't really, active in the rap right now. So R.I.P. Bushwick Bill, man. So sad to see you go at such a young age. Only 52 years old. Could at least made it to like 80 or something. And I'm going to sign out this podcast. Y'all have a good week. I'll talk to you next week. Enjoy your 4th of July. Barbecue a lot. Shoot off a lot of fireworks. Watch out for the laws because they be rolling, giving tickets. Whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're shooting off fireworks in the wrong area, you know what I'm saying? They will roll on you. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I'm out.